Hi everyone, thanks so much for working out with me. We're going through a jump board class today. We're going to be doing half of it jump, so we'll pretty much be jumping for a long time. So you know my classes, if you've taken them before, I usually do 3-minute intervals. This is going to be 30 minutes, but we're going to kind of change things up to make things easier and harder during the jumps. But it'll be 30 minutes of jumping and then 30 minutes of your traditional reformer work. So what you will need is your jump board. You'll need 3 heavy red springs to start. I have a yoga block. I like to lie my head on the block when I'm doing sideline. I have my Pilates box off to the side. We'll use that later. And because my reformer is on the taller side, I do have a moon box that I need to stand on when I'm doing work standing beside the machine. So we're going to start laying down and get right going with some footwork. So go ahead and lay all the way down. Let's bring those feet about sits bones distance apart. Let those shoulders kind of slide down your back. Tailbone's going to root down nice and heavy. I want you to start pushing the carriage all the way out and then resisting it right back in. Now at this point, if you would like to have your head rest up, if that feels more comfortable for you, you can definitely have your head rest up. The only time you 100% need it down is if we're going to lift the hips. So anytime you lift those hips, you want to have your head flat. We're going to do that 3 more times, going all the way out. And 2. And 1. Now let's come halfway in and hold it and just start doing little pulses. 1 inch out and 1 inch in. Feel those ribs draw down and together. Feel that corset that's hugging that internal weight belt. Those are your transverse abdominals. So they kind of wrap around the entire core. Those are hugging in every time you exhale. And just start to feel those legs heating up a little bit too. We're going to do that for 3 and 2 and 1. Go all the way out and lift your heels. Come in. Lower your heels. Go all the way out and lift your heels. Come in. Do that again. The heels go low as you go out. The heels go high and you come in. Lower the heels and push. Lift the heels, resist in. Trying to root down through all 10 toes. Getting some nice movement and mobility through the ankles. Two more in this direction. We'll do that 1 more time, and then we'll switch the direction. So I want you to go out with your heels lifted, lower your heels, come on home. Lift your heels to push, lower your heels, and come in. Lift your heels to push. Lower the heels to come in. 3 more just like that. And 2. And this will be your last one. Good. Come on home and zip your heels together. Let your knees go wide. Push out, squeezing the legs. Come in and peel the legs apart. Go out, squeeze the legs. Come in and peel them apart. So you're squeezing the legs together and peeling the legs apart. We'll do that for 3 and 2. 1 more time, going all the way out. Come halfway in. You want those heels to be grounded into the jump board and start your little pulses. 1 inch in and 1 inch out. Little tiny pulses. Keeping that tailbone rooted down, keeping those ribs drawing down. I want you to go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Go all the way out. Hold it here. Separate your heels. Come back to parallel. Bring your right leg to tabletop. Let's come in and out on the left leg only. So you're going all the way in and right back. Working towards that full extension with your left leg. Two more, and then we'll start to add some movement with the right leg. When you go out the next time, straighten your right leg to the ceiling. When you come in, bend it back. You reach both legs straight, bend both legs in. Reach both legs straight, bend both legs in. 3 and 2. Next time you're out, keep the right leg straight. When you come in, kick the leg down. When you go out, kick the leg up. Kick the leg down and press it back up. Last 3, and 2, and 1. Come all the way in and switch. Take your right leg down, bring your left leg to table. Let's push out with the right leg and back in. Trying to drop your heel and connect it into the jump board the entire time. Good. You're going to do that 3 more times, and then we'll start to add that movement on the left leg like we did on the right. So the next time you push out, straighten both legs long. When you come in, you bend both legs. Reach and extend both legs, and come back in. Press and extend, and back in. 3, and 2. Next time, keep the left leg straight. Come in and kick it down. Go out and kick it up. Come in and kick it down. Go out and kick it up. We'll go 4 more times. And 3. Nice work. Last 2. And 1 more. Let's come all the way in. Put both feet at the top of the jump board so your middle of the foot is on. You're going to make sure your headrest is all the way flat, and I want you to roll your hips all the way up to a bridge. Again, anytime we lift our hips, we need to lower the head. Roll yourself all the way back down. Let's do that several more times. Scooping the abdominals in, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae up to your bridge, and then relaxing the vertebrae back down onto the mat until you get to that nice neutral pelvis. Doing that a few more times, rolling all the way up and rolling all the way down. Good. Now, if we're getting into the jump, like I said, we're going to jump 30 minutes. And if things get to be too challenging, you can always just come into the bumper, maybe do a few bridges, just take a rest, whatever feels good for you, and then just join me back. As you get stronger, the 30 minutes will go quick. At the very beginning, it may feel like forever, but as we get stronger, it'll be a good barometer to see how much changes you can make over time. So let's just do 2 more of those, rolling up and rolling down. And then this will be your final one, rolling up, and then we'll roll it right back down. Okay, now we're not going to do the exact same thing for 30 minutes because that would be crazy. So we're going to be changing things up, but we'll try to keep everything moving quickly for 30 minutes. So I want you to change your weight to 1 heavy red, 1 medium blue. This will be our first jumping segment, and I'm going to kind of keep track with my little clock here. We're going to start with our feet about hips distance apart and jumping when you're ready. Now I'm going to put my headrest up. This is going to be a pretty long segment here. It's going to be around 8 minutes that we'll be doing this segment of jumps. And again, we'll end up being about 30, but we'll change positions. So about 8 minutes is what we're looking at in this position. And we're going to be doing a ladder, which means we're going to start with 15 seconds once we're kind of warmed up of really high intensity, really big explosive jumps, followed by 15 seconds of just what we're doing now, just kind of a typical jump. Then we'll go to 30s, 30 on, 30 off. Then we'll go to 45. Then we'll go to a minute, and then we'll back ourselves back up, all right? And we'll kind of change our foot position as we go too, so that we're working different muscles in different positions. All right, so that's about a minute there. So that's your little warm-up. So now let's get ready to go. 3, 2. I want you to take 15 seconds. Really big jumps in parallel. The biggest jumps you can possibly do. If you were only jumping for 15 seconds, how big would you make it? This is how big you're going to go because you've got 3, 2. Now regular jumps for 15 seconds. So back to that kind of regular tempo. Now these will go really quick, and then it's going to go a little slower. Now the next interval is 30 seconds, and 3, 2. I want you to go to a little V in your feet and jump 30 seconds. Really big, squeezing those legs together as you jump, peeling these apart as you land. Again, this is to get your heart rate up, really big. Interval training is a really great way of training your heart, training your muscles. It's also a really great way of training for optimal just calorie burn because you're kind of shocking your body by going up and down versus just a steady stream. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds regular. This is where you're catching your breath. Big inhales and exhales. Now, if this weight gets to be too challenging, remember you can always opt for a lower weight. I'm on that 1 heavy red, 1 medium blue. So the next lighter would be taking the blue off and exchanging it with a yellow light. All right, here we go. Get ready for 45 seconds. I'm going to bring those feet sits bones distance apart, hips distance apart, and start pushing. This is a 45-second interval. I want to see how much space you can create between your legs and the jump board. You should be able to even see that tower in your peripheral vision. Now, based on what model reformer you have, you shouldn't be hitting anything. Good work. You've got 15 seconds. Really big. Use that breath. Your body's going to need that oxygen. And then we'll go back to 45 regular. Now we've reached the apex of our little bell curve. 60 seconds. This will be our longest interval. And then we will bring it back down. So again, 60 seconds will be the next one we do. Now about 15 seconds to start. So catch your breath, big breaths in and out. That'll help you recover faster. Our last 60-second interval, we're going to do in a wide V position. Take a breath. Here we go. 3, 2, big wide V. This is your minute. Big presses for a minute, all the way out and in. Now really try to challenge yourself. This is like, how much could you do if you only were doing a minute of work? Don't think about anything after this. This is the only minute that counts. What you're doing right now. Don't worry about what's next. This is it. You want to stay right here in this 1 minute interval. You're halfway done. Big pushes. Explode off that jump board. Really squeeze those legs towards the bones. Active through your legs, working really hard here. You guys look amazing. You're doing really well. 15 seconds. Come on, finish it even stronger if you can. 10 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, stay here regular. Now these might be the smallest little jumps you've done, and that is okay. I know things get hard. We're already at 5 minutes. Take some breaths. Like I said, it'll be about 8 minutes, and then we'll get up and change position and do some standing, and then you'll wish that you were laying down. Just kidding. Standing is going to be fun too. All right, 30 seconds to go. I'm wishing I would have turned my air conditioning down. I always turn it hotter so you don't hear the air blowing, but sometimes it's too hot. All right, 15 seconds. If you're getting too hot, make sure you grab some water. Listen to your body as always. 10 seconds. We're going to go back to feet parallel at hips distance for our next one, which will be 45 seconds. Remember, it gets easier from here on out. 3, 2, feet hips distance apart. Here we go. 45 seconds. Big explosion. Think of landing ball the foot heel, driving off heel ball the foot. So it's a big push. Use your breath here, guys. You're doing a great job. I know those legs are burning. My legs are burning. We're going to push ourselves to our edge. We're not going to push ourselves past our edge. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7. You've got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep jumping. Regular little jumps. Little jumps. Look at that. We have 2 to go, and they're going to be super quick. Remember, this is our 30-second with a 30-second recovery. And then we're looking at 15, which will be nothing, right? That'll feel like nothing. Nice work. Almost time to go. 10 more. Get yourself ready. Remember, we're going in a little V for this one. Heels together, toes apart. 3, 2, 30 seconds in a little V. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. How much activity can you put in those legs? Let's see them work. Already halfway. Look at that. Really quick. If you blink, it's over. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Small for 30. Still staying in that little V. You're looking really good, guys. 15 seconds. Our last one will be feet parallel. They can be together or just a little apart. And I want this to be the biggest jump you can do. It's only 15. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Big jumps in parallel. Just 15 seconds. You can do this. Really big. All the way. Big, big, big. 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me one more big jump to finish. Regular jumps. All right, listen up. We're not going to stop. We're just going to make some changes. You're going to come off quickly, grab your box, put it on short box. All right, here we go. Come in, come up. Now, I want you to move quickly, but if you feel lightheaded, please sit down. Please stop. Take a little break. I'm going to put the box on short box position. My reformer is tall, so I've got my moon box here. Put all of your springs on. You're going to be facing your box. Your right side's closest to the jump board. We're going to go give you another second. It'll be 1 minute of step-ups with your left leg, which is the tower leg. So let's go up and back down. Now I'm stepping up and down. My right foot's actually never going to touch the carriage. I'm just lifting it. This is all about my left glute. And we're going to be doing 3 exercises. Kind of 3, this is not jumping, but it's going to get your heart rate up, so it's cardio. So 3 exercises with the left leg, and then 3 exercises with the right leg. Again, it's 1 minute. Really good job, guys. 15. Now, in just a few seconds, we're going to transition. So we're going to take the weight down to a medium blue and take everything else off because we've got some scooter jumps coming. 3, 2, give me one more step up, and now let's come down. Take everything off except blue. Turn to face your foot bar. Put your left foot up against your box, and let's push out and in with little hops. Out and in. Little hops. Again, this is a minute. Now, things get to be, again, too much. You can always slow it down. You can always keep moving. If the jumping's too much, just push. Don't jump. But again, if you're feeling really good, challenge yourself here. Try to really push. Press away. Hit the back of that jump board or the back of the carriage to the tower. $15. Make it count here. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in. Last one. Come onto one heavy red spring. Take your blue off, come to kneeling. We're still working that left side. Your left leg's going to jump. Your elbows are on the box, your right knee's on the carriage, and you're jumping on that left leg. So remember, we did 3 1-minute segments on this left leg. When we're done with this, we're going to do 3 more minutes on the right leg. Now after that, we're going to take a nice little break from all this high-intensity leg work. Keep jumping for some abs. All right, so it'll be a much well-deserved break. So I want you to think, what can you put into these last 3 minutes before we get to lay down again? Make it work for you. We're looking at about 15 more seconds before we get into our other side. Really push and press. I know it, guys. My bottom is feeling it for sure. Give me 2 more jumps. 1 more big jump. Now let's come in and exit to your right. I'm going to bring my box with me since my reformer's high. Put all of your springs on. And then we are going to be stepping up with your right foot. That should be your tower side foot. Doing the step ups. If you're faster than me, you can start. You'll get a bonus few seconds. I got to get everything situated, and then I'm ready to go. So I'm stepping up with my right and down to the box. Now, if I wanted it super hard, I could get rid of the box. But this is going to be enough for me. There's always fun options you can take. What would be fun here is a Bosu ball. I always think a Bosu ball is fun. My clients are loving my Bosu balls. Me too. Good. Don't be afraid to breathe. You're home, right? No one can hear you. Even if they can't, it doesn't matter. You can hear me breathing, right? You've got to get that oxygen into your muscles. They need to be able to keep pumping. And the only reason they're going to be able to keep pumping is if you give them oxygen. You got to breathe. 15. Really drive through that right heel. Nice and strong. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's transition quickly to the blue spring. Take everything else off. Turn to face your jump board. Left foot is on the floor. Right foot is going to be pushing out and in big jumps. Now this is a big challenge for me because I, to be honest, before this, have never done this much consecutive jumping all at once. So I'm right there with you. This is new territory for me. I'm going to try to work as hard as I can to stay strong. You know, half of it's a mental, so you just kind of breathe through it. I mean, unless, of course, you're feeling any pain. Please don't work through that. But if it's more of a mental fatigue, you can do this. You can do it. 30 seconds to go. Remember, we have 1 more segment on this right leg. And then you get that much well-deserved abdominals. Not going to be a break. It's just going to be abs, right? It's going to be maybe even harder. 10. Looking good. Give me last 5. Really good presses. 4, 3, 2, 1 more push. Woo! Come in and change it to the heavy red. Take your blue off. Turn to face your box. Elbows on the box. Right foot on the jump board. Here we go. 1 minute. That was a good transition. 8 seconds. This might run a little longer. Those transitions are going to cut in a little bit, but that's okay. Let's see how quick we can make those transitions. I'm not going to shortchange you on the time. Now try to relax your shoulders here. I know it's easier said than done to relax, but we're not trying to overwork areas. Trying to keep all that focus, all that energy in your glute, all that work on exploding. You guys are doing amazing. My left glute is definitely feeling this. especially after the second side. Breathe into it. Okay, we have about 8 seconds left, everyone. 8 seconds. 8 seconds can seem like forever. We just went to the rodeo. 8 seconds for those guys is forever. All right, 8 seconds for us is up. Let's come in and up and quickly transition. The box is going to come off. You're going to change it to one blue spring. For me, that is a medium spring. Once you have the blue spring on, I want you to lay down away from your shoulder block so you have some extra room at the head. Your head's going to be up. Your right leg is in tabletop. And we're going to be doing right leg and then left leg. Switching and alternating. Now, when you alternate, I'm going right to the more advanced option, which means I'm straightening my legs and reaching them long. So every time I alternate, I'm pushing my legs out straight. That's going to activate my abs even more. If you want it easier, you just keep the leg bent and then easier transition from side to side. Now I want you to jump with both feet. Jump and land with both feet. Pull the knees in, land. Pull the knees in and land. So we're kind of going through our series of 5. I put this together as a workout in itself. It's just about an 8-minute abdominal series of the series of 5, which is your traditional mat series, but putting it on the jump board. Good work. This is maybe a time to catch your breath. Since we're not working as large a muscle groups, the heart rate's going to come down a little bit. Don't worry, we'll bring it back up. Now instead of double legs, bent, let's do straight legs. So double legs straight. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. Now I'm not trying to pull with my neck, so you never want to pull your neck up. You want to keep those hands just kind of resting behind your head, supporting your head, but not really pulling. $15. Now the next 2 will be single leg straight and then crisscross, and I'm not going to be jumping for those. So I'm just going to be kind of holding. So push the carriage all the way out, take the right leg to the ceiling, and switch, 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 switch. So it's just kind of little straight leg lifts. And it's almost like I'm jumping from my toes, toe ball heel, not bending my knees. You can bend your knees if this does not feel comfortable. A little knee bend will make it easier on the back. A straight leg is going to make it more challenging. Now make sure you're way far away from your shoulder blocks. You might need to wiggle away there because we're going to start to add our crisscross. And you want to have room for your shoulders. You don't want to feel like those shoulder blocks are in your way. So let's do our side to side, side to side. Don't worry, we will be hitting the abdominals in our strength portion. But this is our 30-minute jump portion. Keep those elbows back. I want you leading opposite shoulder to opposite hip. I want you to go for 4 and evil counting 3 and 2 and 1 and you're done. Come in. Now again, we are going to very quickly transition. I do want you to grab your yoga block, put your headrest down, and then we're going to lay on our side. And my timer stopped. That's okay. We're going to restart it. All right, I want you to be laying on your left side. Line your hips, line your shoulders, stack everything up, and start jumping on your top leg. Now, just like we did before, when we did 3 minutes of jumping on one leg, we did kind of the step ups, and then we did the scooters, and then we did kneeling. We're going to kind of do that same load where we're doing jumping on the right leg for 3 minutes, and then we will do the left leg. Not all side laying. We will lay on our back for half of it. Now let's do a little lift up and down, lift up and down. Remember, this is your cardio segment, so whatever you need to do to bring that heart rate back up. Probably came down a little bit with our ab jumps, but let's finish strong because we have about 6 minutes, about 5 now, of the cardio, and then we'll go into our strength and traditional reformer work. So finish yourself off strong here. Let's turn ourselves to turnout with your toes and knees facing the ceiling. This will be our last one, sideline. Then we're going to make a quick transition to lay on our back, which means the only thing you'll need to do is remove the yoga block. We'll still be jumping on the right leg for another minute and a half. So it'll be a 3-minute segment on this right leg, and then we'll do the same thing on the left. All right, here we go, 5 seconds. All right, very quickly, let's come in, turn to your back, remove your yoga block. Still on that right leg. I want you jumping on the right leg, left leg and table. I'm just going to put that yoga block to the side so I have it. Oh, okay, we can do this. Right leg, jumping. The first 30 seconds goes quick, so you've got 30 seconds over with. For the second 30, let's add that bicycle motion with the left leg. Sometimes when you add something with the opposite leg, just distracts you from what's working in the right, but definitely still feeling it through the right side. I don't know, maybe it's a mental thing. It feels like it goes faster. Okay, about 10 seconds, and then we will do one more switch with this left leg. So when you jump the next time, I want you to keep it straight and just kick it up. So big kicks, back down. All right, what do you have left? Let's put it into this right leg for the next 20, and then we are going to do the second side. And that's going to be it, folks. That's going to be all I've got for your jumping segment. So if you've got anything left in the tank, now's the time to use it. I mean, we will do a little bit of legs for our strength, but it'll be a lot of arms. All right, let's come in and quickly transition to your right side. Grab that yoga block, stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Your left leg is now taking over. So let's jump on that left leg. Again, we'll do a minute and a half on the side, and then a minute and a half on our back, and that'll be it. And then I'm going to have you grab a quick water break if you'd like. I'm going to grab one, and then we'll go right into our strength segment. Okay, second 30 seconds, add your little leg lift up and down. Up and down. Looking good. Okay, don't poop out. This is the end. This is it, right? So I wanted you to finish as strong as you started today. Turn your toes to the ceiling. 30 seconds to go here. Big inhales through the nose, nice strong exhales through the mouth. Looking good. 3, 2, quickly transition, take the block off, lay on your back, your left leg is still jumping. That was a quick one. 30 seconds with the left leg, which means you only have a minute and a half of your cardio. To be honest with you, it went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to go. I was thinking when I was putting this together, it's going to feel like forever. I'm going to feel like I'm jumping forever, but thank you for the request. I kind of challenged myself today and did more than I've ever done, so it's good to do that. Now let's take the right leg and reach it long, pull it back. I love all the requests that you guys do because it makes me a better teacher. I have to learn a lot, and I always continue to learn. That's what I love about Pilates. There's always more to learn. Never gets boring. Never gets old. Okay, are you ready? Last 30 seconds. Let's do a straight leg kick. Up and down. Up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Come in. You can lay here for a second. Okay. Come up when you're ready. I'm going to grab a quick drink, and we're going to go into our strength segment. Okay, I'm back. Let's take ourselves to one light. That is a yellow for me. I'm putting on the top button to make it kind of a little bit more. I mean, for me, blue medium is just a little too heavy. So for me, I like to have that little option to make my yellow a little bit harder. Go ahead and kneel with your right side closest to the jump board. You're in the middle of the carriage. Pick up that front strap. And I have 2 loops. I'm going to go for the little loop and bring it on my forearm. Bring your hands behind your ears, elbows wide. Start to drop your right rib to your right hip and then come back up. Now, because I have that little loop, that's why I chose my weight. If you have one loop and your straps are a little longer, this might not feel like enough. And if that's the case, I would switch to your medium or your blue. Good. I want you to do 2 more. I'm really connecting that right rib to my hip, and then 1 more. Now hold yourself upright and just turn your torso right and center. Turn it right and center. We're going to combine. We're going to do 3 exercises, doing 8 of each, and then we're going to do 1 of each and kind of put them together. Good. Last 2 of our twist. And then the last thing we'll do is an overhead reach. So when you're back to the center, reach over the head and back. Over the head and back. Good. Trying to stay nice and long through the spine. I'm just reaching the arms up and bringing them down. 2 more, and then we're going to combine everything together. So hands are going to go right behind your ears again. I want you to lean 1 time right, twist 1 time right, and then push 1 time over your head. Good. So you go 1 time lean, and then we'll twist, big press, and then up and over the head. Nice work. And we're going to lean, and then you can rotate, and then push right over the head. 3 more to go. Lean. Good work. Rotate. Push right over the head. Last 2. Lean. And rotate. And push right over the head. This will be your last one. I want you to lean. And rotate. And punch right over the head. Good. Put the strap in the right hand. Turn to face your tower. Now I want you to take that right arm and reach it all the way back and bring it forward. We're going to do a ladder, which means we're going to do 4 straight arm presses. Now hold the next one up and go into 4 tricep presses. Your left elbow has just a smidge of a bend, so you're not locking it out, and your chest is nice and bright, spine's nice and long. Now you've done 4 and 4. Let's go back to straight arms from the start and do 3 and 3. So do straight arm 3, straight arm 2, straight arm 1, and then tricep 3. So we laddered our jumps. We're going to ladder some arm work. And 1. Now let's do 2 and 2. Straight arm 2. Gets hard by the end. It ends up being about 10. 2 triceps, or should be 10. And now let's do 1 of each. So all the way to the start. one tricep, or one straight arm, and one tricep. Good. Now put your left foot on the headrest, put that strap in your left arm, and bring your right arm in front of you. You're going to draw the sword, punch out to the left, back and down. So you're rotating and reaching out to the side and back. Your left leg, ankle, can be up against your shoulder block, and that will give you a little bit of stability. Do that 2 more times, and then 1 more time. Good work. Okay, let's put that strap away. Bring your left foot back, pick up your left strap. Nice long spine, shoulders down, abs in. 4 times I want you to pull with your left arm. Think of moving through molasses, so you're controlling the springs, not letting the springs control you. And then 4 times you'll do a tricep. Now, if anything's too easy, you can always add weight. I usually do this on a blue, but I'm staying on that high, the yellow on the top position. And then let's do 3. And bend and stretch. 3. Good. Now we're going to 2. It should get easier because you're doing less, but harder because you're a little fatigued. And then to the tricep for 2. And then we have got 1 more set of singles. Go down to start, pull 1 time back, 1 time tricep, and then you made it. Good. Come all the way back, put your right foot on the headrest, put that strap in your right hand, lean all the way up to the, or kneel all the way to the ceiling, left arm in front. You'll do that, draw the sword with a punch and a twist, and back. Now changing your gaze is quite a challenge. If you need to stay looking forward, you can definitely do that. Good. 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Awesome. Okay, let's turn to the left and do the second side of our arm work. So the little loop's going on the right bicep, up on the forearm, or the upper arm. Hands behind your head, push your head back into your hands. Lean left rib to hip and back. Lean left rib to hip and back. If you feel like you need it harder, but you're not really wanting to adjust your springs, you can adjust your body. So you can just slide yourself closer to the foot bar. Good. Now take your torso and rotate it left and center. Rotate left and center. Nice work. 3 and 2 and 1. Now stay in the center. Go over your head and back. Over your head and back. Three to go, and then we're going to combine the 3 exercises into 1. So this will be your last one. Take the hands right behind your ears. Let's do 1 lean to the left, 1 rotation to the left, and 1 overhead press. Do that again. Lean to the left, rotate to the left, punch over your head. Nice work. Lean to the left, rotate to the left, punch over your head. 3 more to go. Lean to the left, rotate to the left, punch over your head. Here's 2, lean, and rotate, and punch. 1 more to go. Lean, and rotate, and punch. Really great job. Put that strap in the right hand. You can hold the foot bar so you have a little bit of support, a jump board. We're going to turn towards the jump board. You're on your knees, feet against the shoulder blocks. You're going to pick up both of your straps. Arms are a little in front of you so you can see your hands in the peripheral vision. I want you to go up and over the head 4 times. We're going to do that same ladder that we did facing the other side. Up and over the head, 3. After 1 more, you're going to hold at the top and do your triceps for 4. Push and press. Push and press, 3. 2. Now we'll do sets of 3. Hands go down to your sides, over the head, 3 times. Over the head, 2. Next time you're up, transition to your tricep. Bend and push. Bend and push. Bend and push. Now sets of 2, go down to your sides, 2 times up and over the head. 1 more. Tricep, here we go, 2 times. Let's make our last one our best one. Now 1, go down to your side to start. 1 time over your head, big tricep, big push, and bring it down. Good. Let's put the right strap on the floor and then turn to your left. So I'm back facing you guys. Here's our ab segment. I'm going to change it to a blue medium spring, so I want a little bit more weight for this one. My left thigh is going in my little loop, and then I'm going to slide as close to my springs. If I want it harder, I'm going to go closer to my springs. But I want you to lay down onto your elbows. If you would like to lay all the way down, you can, but I'm going to prop myself up on my elbows and bring my legs to tabletop. I'm going to start by opening my knees, squeezing my knees close together. Notice my feet are staying together, so I'm rotating and rotating my hips back. So focusing on those abdominals, mainly that left oblique. 2, keep lifting up and out of your shoulders so we're not sagging. And then hold your knees together. Now I want you to take your knees over and then back. So both knees are going to the right and back. This can be done on the back with your hands behind the head, or on your hands if the elbows aren't working for you. Now take it over and hold. Straighten your legs, bring it back, bend your knees. Go over, straighten, back, and bend. Good. Over, straighten, back, and bend. Go over, straighten, back, and bend. 2 more in that direction, and then we're going to switch it. 1 more. Good. Now straighten, go over, bend, come back. Straighten, go over, bend, come back. Nice. Straighten, go over, bend, and back. Good work. If you're getting tired, try to lift your chest a little more. Try not to sag. Really feeling that left side. 1 more. Good. And then release. Let's put that strap on the floor, and let's go ahead and face the tower. Hands are going to go on the wood a little in front of your shoulders. Feet are way back so they're hanging into the springs. Take your carriage and pull it forward until your shoulders and your wrist line up. Now activate your lats by squeezing your shoulders down your back. Do a little scoop and tuck of your tail under you, and then go back to neutral. Do a little scoop and tuck, and back to neutral. Now this is, I think, the first wrist heavy thing we've done, so if you've liked this whole class and now you're thinking, oh, I can't do this, you could put a box, kind of short box on the railing, and do this on your elbows, and that way you can kind of follow along with the whole class, since it's only this one little exercise that can demand a little on the wrist. 2 more to go. And 1 more. Now hold this one in and do little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go back to rest, dropping the hips all the way back to your heels. Now the second set, we're going to turn our toes to the right, knees to the left. So let's go ahead and do that. Knees to the left, toes to the right. Hands way forward to start. I'm going to pull with my shoulders activate my lats, which means I'm going to drop my shoulders down, squeeze in my armpits, let your knees go back, and then scoop. See if you can focus on that right oblique, focusing on that right rib to hip connection. Lengthen through the crown of the head. It's not a big motion, and it's definitely not momentum. So try not to let those springs do the work. Hold your next one in and give me little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's set the feet back down to the foot bar and then take a little stretch. We're on our home stretch. We have the last side to go. So I want you to turn your toes to the left, knees to the right, arms way forward. You're going to pull your shoulders in line with your wrist. Drop your shoulders down your back and start to scoop and release. Scoop and release. Three more. 3, 2. Hold your next one in and give me pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And release. Okay, last thing we have, this other side, we're going to take that strap off to your left. Turn to your left. Put the little loop on your right thigh above the knee. Scoot way forward. And this is where you can lie all the way back, but I'm going to prop myself up onto my elbows. Legs and table, knees together, feet together, open just the knees, squeeze them nice and closed. Try to see how broad you can make your sternum. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart. Good work. Now when your knees are together, hold them. You're going to send both knees to the left and center. Both knees to the left and center. 3, 2. When you're to the left the next time, hold, straighten, come back, and bend. Bend, go over, straighten, come back, and bend. Rotate, straighten, back, and bend. 2 more in this direction. Last one. Now let's switch directions. Go straight up with your legs. Go to the left, bend your knees, come to the center. Go straight up, left, bend, and center. Straight up, left. Keep pushing out of those shoulders. 2 more. Last one. And done. Come all the way in. I want you to take that strap off, put it onto your peg, put the other strap onto the peg. It wouldn't be fair if we did all that work and didn't give you some feet and straps, right? So I want you to put your red spring on, what should be your heavy. You should already have your medium blue on. So let's lay down and finish with some stretching. So I want you to go ahead and put your straps on your feet. Take your legs and reach them nice and long. Headrest can be up here if you choose. We'll just start by lifting the legs up towards the ceiling. Bend the knees into the chest and push the legs long. Go up to the ceiling, pull the knees into the chest, and press them long. Two more, bend and push. One more, lift, bend, and push. Reverse by bending the knees in, straightening the legs up, and pushing them down nice and long. Bend your knees in, straighten them up, and push them down to the jump board. Take your time. Two more in this direction, and then we'll work into some circles. Now with your legs nice and straight, go down with your legs together. Open out and around and all the way up. Go down together. Open out and around and all the way up. Take your time. Enjoy this mobility in the hips and the legs, kind of a dynamic stretch and strengthening it all at once. When you get to the top, we're going to reverse our circles. So I want you to open, pull down and together, and then come up the middle. Open, pull down and together, and come up the middle. Let's go 3 more just like that. Good. Now when your legs are long and low, we're going to take them up to about a 45-degree angle and hold. Bend your right knee and bring it out like you're trying to put it on the floor beside the wood of the frame. And then once you've got that leg bent, you're going to start to let the carriage pull your left leg. You have to do a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt, which means you're letting your low back gently imprint on the carriage. And then your left leg is going to reach all the way out to the left for this amazing stretch through your hip flexor on your right side. Especially after all that jumping, the hip flexors and quads tend to take a lot, especially when we're lying down, of that lying down jumps. Now to come out of that, we'll bring the left leg to the center. I want you to bend it, and then as you push into this left leg, your right leg will go slack, and then you can carefully and safely bring it up so that both legs are ready to go over the second side. So bend your left leg, bring it out like you're trying to stand on the floor, put that foot all the way down, and let your right leg go to the ceiling. Take your right leg out to the right. Do a little imprint so your low back just gently is rooted in towards the carriage. And just feel how that even opens up even more right here through the left hip flexor. Now when you're ready to come out, the right leg goes to the center. You bend it, you push into the right leg till the left leg goes slack, and then that left leg can go up. And then I want you to come to a little butterfly, soles of the feet together, pull the knees in towards you. I like to give the straps a little pull and feel my low back release. Now let's come all the way up, and the straps can go on the floor. You'll come up to your left, and I want you to go into a little figure 4 stretch. So we're going to do that standing. Take your right leg, cross it over, sitting, not standing. Cross your right leg over your left for a figure 4. Now, if I didn't have the jump board on, I could do it right here on the foot bar. But the standing, but you can do it here seated. We did a lot of glute work, and so I want to just make sure that we're stretching through the glutes here as well. So I'm going to sit really tall and lengthen my spine first, and then you can start to lean over into whatever stretch feels best for you. And then let's come up and switch. We'll take the left leg, cross it over your right. Now, if this doesn't feel good seated, you could also do this laying on your back, just like where we came from. You can just lay right back down, cross one leg over the other for your figure 4. And then I'm just going to start to lean myself over my leg, just giving my hip a little release. And then you can come up, and we made it. I might be a little sore tomorrow. You have to let me know if you are too. Thank you so much for working out with me, and I hope to work out with you soon.